now at this point in my life, even with my portfolio and even with everything, that I'm not looking at how everyone else is doing things anymore. When I shot my portfolio, it was so the Lord, it was just crazy. There was a day that I was like, I feel like the Lord was like, you just need to get like a blue pantsuit, like jacket, pants, like, cause like orange and like these bright kind of like color block
Yeah, so
in.
cool.
And I was like, I just want to do a really cool suit with like Doc Martens. And I had this like
Nice.
orange, like turtleneck, like that I wanted to wear with it, with this
Yeah,
chain, like, I look
so cool. I
like,
want to
I know,
see
like
it. I
a
want to
working
see it.
dress is funny, but, and I literally went everywhere. And this was like in 2020 where you couldn't try stuff on in the stores still, but I was still like searching like
Yeah.
everywhere and inventory was down. And there was a day that I was like driving past because I went to this, like Western consignment store where I found this like really cool belt and it was awesome. But I was driving by Goodwill and I felt like the Lord was like, walk in the Goodwill. So I walk in the Goodwill and I found these vintage, like blue, like the same blue that I wanted, like pants with the exact jacket. Like both were like $5 total. And I
Yes.
ended up wearing it for my portfolio. And
Yes.
it was literally that blue that was trending at the time, but I couldn't
Wow.
find it anywhere. But I find it at the thrift store. And me and the Lord always just have these, just these moments where he's like, see, Christina, like this is like where I just believe that God loves to create with us, that he
Mhm.
loves to just have those moments with us where every time I look at those photos in my portfolio, I look back where I'm like, Goodwill,
That's
that
so
was the
good.
place, like
Thank you,
it really
God.
was like for that shoot, I got 3 of my
So
outfits from
good.
Goodwill, just like really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I just want to encourage girls, like, just be creative in who you are. Like, if you if you like being punk rock, just be punk rock. Like, if you are, a skater girl, just be a skater girl. Like, whatever your beauty is, just embrace that, but don't go changing your beauty or be something you're not. Like, when you have a really sweet girl who's like, I'm going to dye my hair jet black and get piercings and wear black lipstick, and I look at her and I'm thinking, is that really who you are, or do you feel like you
Yeah.
have to do that to fit in?
Yeah. Good.
Just be like who you are,
Yeah.
unfiltered,
Yeah.
and
Well, I
just be
think what's really fun
authentic.
about that is there's an exploration in it, right? Because of how we see so many different genres of people dress or wear or show up to life, it's like you should dabble and try. And
Mhm.
when you put it on, do you feel out of your body or do you feel like this is me? And it's funny that I'm wearing black right now. Anybody who's on here knows that that's totally anti, but I have
Yeah.
on purple tie dye, so I'm okay.
Yes.
So knowing that, it's like I just will play. I'll play with colors, I'll play with patterns, but I definitely know whenever I try to dress, like I don't wear business suits and I find myself in business settings with men in business suits often.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I refuse to wear that. I'm not going to wear that. I'll wear a neon
Mhm.
orange suit jacket with a dress or jeans and I'll just be confident in who I am. And
Yeah.
it's amazing how people receive that. Yes, sometimes with a snarled nose or their eyes turn up, but that's like that religious spirit, no different than if you were
Mhm.
to walk into jeans when you're supposed to be in a full length dress and long sleeve, right? In a specific type of church. And so understanding that we can break the rules when it comes to what is deemed acceptable, but doing so as long as it's in our truest identity. And that I think is where there is that creative exploration that God is with us in that and he's not ridiculing us in it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Christina, I'm grateful for where you've been, what you've journeyed through, that you're so transparent in how you share it. And I know that as you step into this new season and God launches you, it's just going to be another way that you get to speak life into people. Even if you're not, like if I see you in a magazine or I see you somewhere, like your color is going to be the storyline that people tack onto, the glory that God has given to your life. And so I'm just honored that we had this opportunity to share and get to know one another.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It was
Yeah.
a gift. So how can we like follow along your journey? Obviously, I follow you on Instagram. Is there
Yeah.
anywhere else that we can see and watch and even seeing how you're interacting with your horses or your missions or with the
Yeah.
whosoever's?
Yeah, I would probably say, like Facebook or Instagram would probably be the best place. Mostly Instagram, like I post a lot of stuff on there, and so even as we go like on tour, like we're doing a skateboard tour in Northern California in a couple weeks, and then I come home and then I go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico for tour, like for a week and a half after that. And so it's kind of this, it looks like a really cute like beach town area, but we're going to be doing a lot of schools and just reaching the youth there. And so I love that, that even I think one thing that's so cool is that, the journey that really God took me on was such a journey of identity that I even told the Lord when the Lord in 2020, as I was kind of researching and, just got inspired again with my beauty. And the Lord really spoke to me and said, Christina, do you want one more rodeo, in this industry?
Mm,
And it wasn't even like a you have to. It was more of an invitation, and I was okay if I never went back in. I was like, I'm good. But I was like, you know what, Lord, I almost wonder what it could be if we were to go back
mm,
in, like, as me and not as something else. And that's just kind of what I take even into ministry, that I'm cool if whether I do this tour or not. I'm good whether I
yeah.
do have that opportunity or not. Like I'm just at a place where I just know that my heart is so full of God's love and acceptance and his identity and who he says that I am. And when you live life from that place, it's so fulfilling that I'm not looking to anything for that. I live from that place. And so, yeah, I would definitely say
Mm.
that, probably Instagram, would probably be the best place. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
if you have
I
anything,
love that. I love Puerto Vallarta. I was just there a couple of months ago. It's
that's
amazing.
amazing. Okay, how
Um,
was it?
it's
Can you
amazing.
give me
Have
Yeah.
you been to other parts of Mexico?
Yeah, so yeah, we didn't like have been to a bunch of different other places, but never there. But I heard my friend said that it was a lot different than other places. Like
Yeah.
it's more like touristy or
It
something?
is, it is, and then if you travel a little bit north, the place that I usually love to stay is Punta de Mita, and then Sayulita is right after that, and Vallarta has that, like, components of that Cancun vibe where it feels like the
Mhm.
East Coast Cancun style, but, there's definitely, like, the little pockets where when you're with the locals, like, just the food, the culture, the vibrancy of life. I mean, I don't think I was just on another show about the Mexican culture is just so special. So I know
Yeah,
that you're going to infuse life into them. And I
yeah,
love that it's from a place of like strong identity because
yeah,
ultimately that's what the world needs most of right now, I think,
yeah.
is an identity crisis is what's transpiring in so
Mhm.
many ways, shapes, and forms. And so to be um, uniquely you and doing so with his, resilience and strength, and it's refreshing. So I'm grateful that you're
Yeah,
you're going to take it around the world in the
thank
process.
you
It's
so
so
much.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. I'll be following along on your adventures,
Thank
and
you.
I might have to add, I only have a little bit of pink in my hair right now, but I might have to try
Yeah,
blue next time.
I love that. Yeah,
I'll
that's
I'll snap
awesome.
you. I'll send you a shot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christina.